Here on Indie Style, we'll feature successful entrepreneurs from across the globe who are making incredible strides in their industry. You may not know their names yet, but you soon will. I'm Leah DeVon, and this is Indie Style.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, love. How are you? What's going on?
I am good. I was like, she's coming.
I'm coming. I'm here, y'all. I am here.
I am like so excited to meet you, Miss CeCe
Likewise.
Peniston.
Finally, right, girl? Look, we have folks that know each other, but we just haven't had a chance to officially meet. You know?
I know. So it's really nice to meet you. You're really beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
thank you. Likewise.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here's the thing, CeCe, is
Okay.
this is going to be a show. So it's going to be edited and put into a show format. So
Okay.
do you want to kind of say hi to your fans and your people? Because I'm going to have to disable the comments.
Hi, everybody. It's all good. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, love.
Yeah, she is dope.
She said, why is my hair soft? Because it's a wig.
In pandemic. Who is her hairdresser?
So funny because it is a piece, honey. I can just pop her on and off.
They are. I know. People are like, okay, wait, this is a pandemic. You should be looking crazy. I'm like, you can't.
Girl, I went from
Easy.
I went from the bedroom all the way in here. Okay, y'all. Look, don't y'all want me in artist mode every time? Look, so today there was a debate. I had put up a picture of me with my natural hair, right? And so they were in a debate, and I'm like, when I come on different, then y'all want to talk stuff. When I wear a wig, then y'all want to talk stuff. What do y'all want? Because I be dark and blonde.
Funny.
Aren't they?
No, I like whatever you have on. You look pretty.
Oh, thank you. Likewise, sis.
Finally, it's happened to me. Okay, I'll let them like do all your hits and say your hits and.
Oh, thank you.
Love, black don't crack. It doesn't. Do you? Aw, you got the love. How are you doing though? Because we won't talk about the pandemic when we interview. How are you doing though?
Hey, you know what? So the first 6 weeks took a minute to kind of get adjusted, I would say, definitely. And then once I kind of got in the midst of everything, it was like, you know what? I asked God for time off. I really did. I said, God, I've been traveling since the 90s. I need a minute. I want a minute.
Right.
I feel like sometimes we move so much, you don't get a chance to just smell the roses. And so I just said, I need time. And then you don't get it in the form that you want. You're like, oh my God. It's like, oh, hey, didn't you just ask God for time off? Yes.
It's really interesting that you're saying that because like I was talking to a mutual friend of ours.
Okay.
And he said, you know, you're so calm now because I'm not rushing to pick up my little boy or rushing to do this or rushing to do that. And it's like, you know, we jumped into this digital learning, but you know what? That's precious time that I was given with him that I would have never had. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, you know, that this is what's happening in the world is horrible, but it's just like, I kind of see what you're saying because I've had a minute to take a breath and I haven't been able to do that for like 6 years.
For real.
My kid was born.
I understand. You know what? It's so much more family time happening. I feel like there's a lot of sad people in the world, but there's people that are happy. I've learned to slow down. I'm like you. I'm like, okay, gotta go. 5 o'clock, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm moving. And they're like, hey. And I'm like, wait a minute. People are like, so what are you doing on Friday? I'm like, I don't have the same schedule. It's not that you're not, it's not that you're not busy, but you're also taking family time and me time. Probably the same as me.
Right. No, me too. So, and it's like sleeping better, just being more like present. I don't know. And it's like when people are like, okay, so this may go on for another year. I'm just like, you know, whatever is supposed to be, we just got to go with the flow, sis. You know what I mean? We just have to, right?
So
does that sound crazy?
If I was off for a year, I would just take that time to reinvent me, to be a better CeCe, spiritually work on me, come up with some different merch, come up with some different ideas, because we're in a different streaming world right now. Take time for you, y'all. There's nothing wrong with you being alone. Sometimes God has us alone so he can make us greater. And we don't look at it, we're like, oh, we don't have somebody here with us. It's like, you know, you're not meant to have anybody with you because it's about you. It's about you. Not in a selfish.
That's really true.
You know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
really
What would
true.
you do? Wait, if we were off for a year, what would you do?
If we, wait, say one more time, if we were what now?
If we really were off for a year, what would you do? What would you do differently?
Okay. What I'm doing now, but I would try to continue it. Sleep more,
Yes.
eat better, because I'm always so rushed with everything that I have to do. I've become more, I grew up very Catholic, in the church, just very, went to the Catholic school. And my mom to this day, she's just very faithful, and she's a Christian, she's got four, we just always had a belief system of just being good people, being good Christians. I've had a chance to be more faithful, if that makes more sense, more present.
Yes.
With church, even though it's online, it's like I don't miss it. Having conversations with people. CeCe, I talked to a girlfriend who I haven't spoken to in 10 years.
Oh, beautiful. There you go. Oh.
Yeah, and she was somebody that, she went off to New York. She's a makeup artist on Broadway, and like she's just blessed with so much success. But sometimes, as your life just gets so busy. So I'm making time, and if it continues on, I'll just continue to make more time for people that I love and that love me, and just continue to be a mama to my little 6-year-old who is just everywhere.
And it's loving the fact that you're there with her and that you're home. And I know that one. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I get it. If anybody's out there, y'all don't understand, I'm doing more cooking, virtual workouts, just roller skating. People love me on the roller skates. They're like, you better not fall.
Saw you in your kitchen. I was like, why is she going backwards? Is she going backwards? Wait a second.
Girl, I might have really fallen. I used to be able to skate backwards. Girl, I got on the skates. Girl, what was it? Easter. Girl, and they were crying because me and my niece, my taping me. She was like, you are so rusty. I was like, get it all though. I said, they're going to love it. I said, they're going to, definitely love that. So that's been kind of one of my things also. And it's good workout. Definitely too.
Yeah. And then we'll start Jillian Michaels. I've been doing like her. She has like a 7-minute workout, full body, and then an ab workout. Is really good.
Oh, beautiful. See, that's what's up. I started out doing virtual workouts with Fit King Clem. Fit King, I don't know if you're on here, but if you are, shout out to you. Much love to you. So I'm just letting you know I've been doing that for, with him, but then I also do my own like meal plans, and, I'll jump rope also when I'm not there. Sometimes you get a double workout, or you, like I said, them skates,
right.
Go around the block about 7 times.
I would be like, hello. Now, because your waist is really little. I was going to ask you, like, what are you doing?
Thank you. It's getting there. I have my moments. You know what? Like anybody, the first couple of weeks I saw my waist extended. I started seeing a food baby. I was like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, that was called Corona depression.
Just the workouts, and I think food prep helps a lot. Like you have to feel like, I feel like with any diet that you do, you want to feel like you're not missing out. It could be, just the way that you season it, lettuce wraps, having a cheat day here and there. You got to have a cheat day. Everything, you can't be in quarantine and feel stressed the hell out. Then on a Saturday, you're not on the little house party app,
I have many cheat days. I mean, I've been working out, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got time and fun and drink and, whatever it may not be drink. You may like desserts. You may like crackers. You may like whatever it is. Give yourself some time. Give yourself a day or 2.
Okay. Or 3. No, I'm bad. No. 2. No, I agree. 2 is good. Okay. So I've been maybe 7. Okay. I'm going to disable the comments. I'm reading some of these comments going, hey, okay.
73 weeks. They said they've been.
I know, right? Oh, goodness. That's be real.
I love it. And I think probably everybody at the start of the whole, staying at home probably gained 10 pounds and just stress and cortisol. I think that
it was just depressing at first and scary. I was just I can't even tell you, we've been so quarantined, at home, and my husband, bless his soul, goes out 90% of the time. And when I do, I kid you not, if I go to the grocery store, I have a mask on. CeCe, if somebody passes me, why do I hold my breath? I'm like,
girl, I know. It's crazy because it's kind of become a way of life. But I think it's also making like, okay, if you're quarantined with your husband, I think that makes couples creative. It's like, babe, you know, we can't go out. Let's do a picnic in the living room. Like, how do you think, like, I would love to hear how couples who are together, who you're quarantining, how are you guys, like, the romantic side? What do you do?
It's interesting because, well, here's the thing. Like, my husband works at a children's hospital, so he's an essential worker, so he's in there. And at first I was just like, oh Lord. But it's like routine. He comes home, he takes everything off, literally goes and takes a shower, and then we see him. What we're doing now more, that's we cook more together. We watch TV more together. Not that we didn't do before. I mean, I've been married for such a long time, but just things we didn't take time to do. We talk more.
Right. Right. Okay.
I mean, I know that sounds corny, but like we have long conversations, and not that we didn't before, but not to like this extent, if that makes any sense. But
I don't think like any of it's corny. I don't think that any of it's absurd, wild, or indifferent. I feel like we've all been moving so quickly that we have forgotten about the love part and, you know, our love language and coming home and just saying, hey, how was your day? Sometimes you walk in like, oh my God, my day was long. You just start talking and not saying, hey, how you doing? How was your day? I think we forget sometimes that the other person standing in the room, it's like you're conversating with them, but there's no, you're spewing out how your day was instead of saying, hey, how are you? How you feel?
You're not present. Like my husband would say, like, he used to, so Leah, did you hear what I said? Like, I don't think you're paying attention. I'd be like, uh-huh. But I really am now trying when he talks to be more present. Because before I think just life, you rush. But
I think it's important to do the honeydews, you know, the little, like, I don't mind. You got to do the little honeydews. Like, I used to barter. When I was married, I used to barter with my husband, right? I used to be like, babe, if you do the so-and-so, I'll cook and I will rub your feet. And he'd be like, don't be trying to get off, you know, get over. Hey, that's what you're supposed to be.
Yeah, right?
Like, excuse me? But I didn't mind. Like, I didn't mind doing it. Like, we loved each other like that. When I was married like that, we loved each other like that. And I didn't mind doing those little things because I felt like the little things were like what made the relationship work and what made him happy, you know, because I feel like being on the road, being CeCe Peniston, and I know I say it weird, that's probably weird for people to hear me to say CeCe Peniston because it's truly what I do. It's not my everyday. I am Cecilia.
Yeah.
But it is a part of my life, and I feel like you have to have a little bit of a cutoff in there as well as being an artist. You have to have a regular part of your life where no one else gets to see. And I don't think that people know how to do that sometimes.
And it is interesting because, you know, I'm so grateful and I'm really blessed when I say, like, people, like, I'm like married to a guy who is just so just kind. Like, this is the guy that gets on his knees and prays before he goes to bed at night, who loves his mom and dad. You know, his parents are like, his dad's like 90. Like, they live long lives and he just loves them. And so he's teaching my little boy those things. And it's, you know, like the sad thing, you know, kindergarten, but doesn't compare to high school. You know, they didn't have their little cap and gown graduation.
Right.
And I was so excited because, like, his teacher, it's so little. His teacher did like this video montage, and she said something about each kid. And she said, you know, about my little boy, she said, I love that you're always kind and have lovely manners. And I was just like, at the end of the day, you just want your kids to be good people and be kind. I just want him to be a kind little boy, you know?
But let me ask you a question, and maybe you've noticed it. It's funny when you're nice and when you're kind and when you give, it doesn't get as much as when people are diabolical or foul or mistreating people. It's funny how people won't log on to the things that are really meaningful sometime, or the posts that are really meaningful, but something that doesn't make any sense, or something that like, it's like, look, if I show you some TNA, look, y'all look already logged on.
Yeah.
But something meaningful doesn't get as much attention as it should. And I feel like that is, I think, the lesson that we need to learn here is like, be a little more compassionate to the next person, because you never know what they're going through. You call somebody, because somebody said, oh, do you always wake up in a good mood? I was like, hell no, I don't.
Right.
I promise you that sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I lay there for a minute and I say, hold on. What happened during the night that you are not waking up on the right side of the bed? I had somebody like time, right? So what happened was I had woke up and I had a bad dream and somebody was kicking my ass in the dream. And I was like, I feel some type of way waking up this morning. And I'm like, well, I wonder why, because in the dream. And I was like, why did I have that dream? And I said, oh, just all the stress level, the world, everything that's going on in the universe. It wasn't necessarily a person. It was just like general making me feel some type of way. So y'all, I have my moments too, trust me.
I know, right? Right. I mean, because it's interesting. Like, you have like a career that so many artists would love to have. Like, just reading about you. I mean, of course I know who you are, but everybody who is in the world of dance and R&B music, you know, and I was like dancing around, my little boy lecture music, finally, we were dancing. I was like, this is Miss CeCe. Mommy's, you know, we're going to talk to her tonight. And just all of your hits and everything that you have accomplished is incredible. So congratulations for all that. Like, says you've had a long career.
Thank you. It's the man above. And trust me, there have been times when, you know, I'm like, when I first got in, I was like, wow, it was so overwhelming because I had no idea. I always said when I was 11, right, I'm going to get in the music industry, right? I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to do it. My name's going to be in lights, whatever. But the idea when finally hit that I would be traveling around the world, that I would look on a map and it would be like, oh man, like, dang, I get to go here and I get to go there. When I go there, this is the food, this is that. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful that people still love me because they don't have to after all this time. They really don't.
I know, but that means that you give people a reason to love you. It's so interesting. And let me see if this makes any sense. It's so incredible when you meet somebody and they meet your expectations.
Right.
And it's so disappointing when you meet people and they're just so disappointing, if you understand what I mean. People that you've helped them reach a certain level of success and they're just awful.
I agree with you. And you know what? I'm going to say this. There's been times when someone said that I was that person, not because I was being mean, but because I was rushing.
Oh, they misconstrued. Yeah.
It was, I just didn't have time, or I was going through a divorce, or I had just lost a baby, or just different things going off, and I may not have been checked in. So I wasn't being, I just wasn't being engaging, maybe, is the best way to say it. Because I wasn't engaging, people took it a certain way, like, oh, it was being funky. And I was like,
right.
Sorry. And I remember one time, I was in New York. Somebody came up to me and they were trying to talk to me, and I said, I'm sorry. I said, you caught me at a really bad moment. I said, I hope that we meet again. I'm not my natural self, my usual self. So I hope I catch you again, you know, at a different time.
That's lovely and nice, CeCe. That's different from what, because like we're meeting for the first time and I just feel like your heart and you're authentic and you are lovely. I'm so excited. It's like, yay, when you talk to somebody, you can have that juju back and forth.
Thank you.
But I'm talking about, you know, you've been in this industry for a minute, and it's just so nice that you're just still so humble and so lovely and kind. And I guess, as you said, you received all this grace and you're grateful for it. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm many things all in one. I'm compassionate. I'm loving. I'm a firecracker all in one. So when you come to me and say something, I'm probably going to say something back if it's out of pocket. Make sure that I'm clear. I'm one of those people. I'm not funky, but I'm also going to be real. And I expect it to be the same with me. Like, even if it hurts my feelings, I would rather you be honest with me and tell me so I can be greater than you lie to me. Just
I know.
No, yes, people. Like my crew, let me make you laugh. So I had on this when I was a little bit heavier, right? And I had on this outfit and I went up to, it was my brother at the time, Greg. Anyway, I went up, what do you think about this outfit? And he was like, oh, it's cool. And I was like, well, maybe it's just the way that I'm standing. And he said, do you think you're going to stand that way in the next couple of hours? And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and change.
So you were like, right.
But
No,
I loved that he told me that, because what if they film me at a weird camera angle? What if I didn't like it? Then I'm like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, I did. And he's my manager now. And I love that about him.
oh, okay.
And I love that he tells me the good, bad, and the ugly, and I don't even mind. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're blessed to have people. And I have people like that around me too, as I'm, you know, working on this network and doing all these really cool things I'm just so grateful for, who like, you know, those are like your ride or dies, those people.
There
that
you
got
go. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, yay. Okay. So I have to talk about you're doing a skincare line, you're getting ready to do a book. Tell me a little bit about both of those things, because she does a lot, you guys, other than just sing. So
Thank you. I have a few things I'm working on, a script of a biopic about my life. I'm working on definitely skincare. I'm definitely into skincare, you guys. I've always been like that since I was younger. I'm doing a lot of different things. Look, and this is my
your skin is really pretty.
This is my accountability partner.
Oh,
Johnny,
wow.
Johnny Ripley, look, water challenge, y'all. Johnny, Lelouch Beauty.
How much are you drinking in a day?
I try to drink 2, but at least 1.5 to make 120 ounces at least. Because this, I think, 84 ounces or something like that. So I try to make sure I do that, because that keeps your skin supple, young, feeling good. I think that's what keeps the youth. And
You're like shiny, like you don't have any like.
Thank you.
No, your face is really pretty, beautiful skin. So when you come out with your skin,
this is beautiful. You look radiant. So I don't know what water you've been drinking, sis.
Yeah, but I mean, I drink water. Huh?
I'm saying that because you're sitting here with me. I really mean it. Like, you really do look beautiful. Your skin looks radiant.
Sweet. Yes. You're really sweet. I mean, I drink water. I don't do what you do. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that, CeCe. That's a little.
Girl, I just
started
that. You know, I started this big old bottle in quarantine, because I know that I wasn't getting the right amount of water. I was like, you're not getting it. I said, if you notice that bottle isn't empty, then you know that you didn't get the right amount of water. I made myself accountable. It's
that's
my
like
new thing now.
Your body. You're drinking like, that's a lot. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna get, wait, what did you say? How many ounces is that?
It's this one's 84, but I try to do like 2 bottles, or at least 1.5 bottles, which would be a whole gallon.
Okay, I might try.
8 bottles of water. If y'all try to get 8 bottles of water, y'all, if y'all can. That would be amazing, you know?
Okay, so will we know about your skincare line when it comes out? You're just kind of working on it right now?
I already have it. I actually already have it. Available, but I don't have it. So this is what I have to get the trademark, because I don't like to put out product without trademarks, because I always feel like, y'all know how it goes. You got to get yourself copyrighted. You got to make sure that you have your trademark, because then someone else can claim the trademark or your name or whatever, and you don't want that.
Right.
So just always make sure business wise that you guys get your trademark together. You know, so that's what I'm doing. So it's already like, I've had my friends try it. I'm like, what do you think? And they're like, sis, I love it for real. Not just because you're my sis.
My friend, right.
I said, tell me the truth. And they said, we love it.
Well, I'm excited. So we'll see. I'm sure you'll put it like all over social media.
Oh yeah.
So we can see it when you're doing it. And when do you think your book's going to be done?
You know what? Right now we're working on like a script. I don't know about the book, but what I'm doing is gathering all the facts, because I feel like there's so much that people just don't know about me. They always tell me, you don't wear like that you've been through anything. And I'm like, oh, if you only knew. If you only knew that I chose to smile in between all the drama or the extras, and you don't really understand that underneath the smile for a long time was a very mad, angry person. Especially around 2000, but people never saw that because we didn't have social media like that. We weren't allowed to, like, I would say, put that out there at that time, because social media wasn't popping like that, and we had publicists. You know what I mean? But now it's like people put out a whole lot more, but I think that I've always been pretty private, but I think that people need to understand what I've been through, so they understand me and why certain things may make me feel a certain way, or maybe why I react certain ways, or why I flow the way I flow. I think that when people get
is it therapeutic? I've heard people say when they write books about their lives, it's therapeutic, or it's is it healing, or is it just something that you feel like, you know what, I just feel like I want you to understand me? What?
I feel like it's healing after, because in the midst of gathering the facts, I feel like you go back in your mind to those moments that hurt you, that made you happy, that made you sad, like that made you angry. Like, I feel like it's like so many roller coasters to write in your life story, and then you put it out there for people's opinion, and everybody is nice on Instagram, Facebook, everybody's like, I can't believe you, blah blah blah. Well, you were walking in my shoes at the time.
Yeah.
And you really don't understand. So when you put information out there, you got to remember that people are going to judge it. But you know what I always say? You only have to put it out one time.
Right.
I already put it out there. This is what happened. And you choose how you would like to take it in. And that's what you do.
So let me ask you this. Are you working on any new music? Do you want to do some new music? Are
Absolutely.
you working on your other entrepreneurial,
Absolutely. I've definitely been working on new music. Been in the studio. Actually, I was in the studio last night. Yeah, I was in the studio last night working on new music. It'll be out soon. I have a single that I'm getting ready to bring out on Sony. I got some other stuff too that I have on my independent label and stuff that I'm making for commercials and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely I've been keeping busy.
I see. And I got to watch some of your video. I'm trying to think where I saw your video, but I saw you performing. It was at one of the Pride events, and the
equality event.
I think so.
Okay.
Was it in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or something with a P? But I know, like,
I do a lot.
I know that
I'm not
the
sure.
LGBT community, they love you. What inspires you? I mean, do you feel the love from the community?
I do. I felt love from the LGBTQ community since Finally first came out. I remember when Finally first came out, people would be like, I came out to your song. I got married to your song. I walked down the aisle to your song. There were so many different memories that song encompasses. And I had no idea, because I was like this innocent kid. I was like, 20 years old, 21 years old when Finally came out. And it was like, hey, what's going on with this song? Because I had done the background vocals. And I was like, well, I have this song I think you'll like. I'm not really sure. It's called Finally. And they were like, well, you got to hit, and you getting ready to go to London and go.
You're like, wait, hold on. Wait. Like a whirlwind, right?
It was. I had no idea at the time how hard it was to get to number one, because Finally went to number one right away. So later on, I really realized how hard it is to make the charts. Finally was on the charts for 33 weeks out of 52 weeks, which was amazing, because you don't get to hear that now. You don't get to hear people put out a single and the single's out for 3 months and people want something else. They're like, we're bored. What else do you have? It's just different. Like, then you could work a single for 8 months to a year, no matter who it was, me or whoever it was.
Right,
it wasn't catching legs till maybe 6 months, sis, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you ain't putting nothing out in 3 months. What you doing?
No, but it's still a song. So wait, when did you record that? That was in
1991. But
people still, like, in the clubs dance to it.
Yes.
In 2020. Like, isn't that bananas? Like,
sometimes I get overwhelmed about it. I still, to this day, get overwhelmed about the fact that people love that song so much, because in my mind, it was a poem that became a song that became a whole career. And so the fact that people still dance and say, hey, I still celebrate you, I still love you, the fact that they want to hear it and log on, is an amazing thing. Yes, absolutely.
Because I love you're a songwriter. You're an ASCAP award-winning songwriter. Am I correct?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. To be able to write, like, that is such an art and such a gift, to be able to write your own music. I don't know if people know that about you, but she writes her songs, so that's an ASCAP. That's saying you real good at your songwriting.
Girl, thank you. Now
That is awesome.
I write music and poetry. When I can't sleep at night, I write poetry at night. I feel like my poetry is the things that I don't say out in public all the time. It could be about, one day they'll hear it too. They'll be like, dang, who was that about?
Exciting. I'm like, she is deep. She
It was
is
like, who
deep.
was that? Who was that about?
No, that's exciting. So, okay, so let me ask you this question. So if there was like a tip that you could give uh, a young artist that you would have wanted somebody to impart to you when you were first starting out, because you kind of hit and you went really fast. Like, what would you tell that young artist that you wish somebody would have told you?
This is not going to be an easy road. Make sure that you completely love it. Make sure that completely love music, because it's not going to be a bed of roses, but it'll be something that you enjoy. When you hit the stage, you're going to touch a lot of lives. You're going to touch a lot of people. Music is healing to the soul.
Yeah.
And I wish someone just would have told me about the financial part. If I had any inkling on how to really put the financial part together, because I had so much money taken from me. I had so much financially devastating to me happen that people don't know about. And if someone had just said, hey, this is what you need to do, because my parents were simple. You know, I had a piggy bank. I was working at Chess King before I got my record deal. And remember Oak Tree? We were just talking about Yellow Front, Oak Tree, all the different places, Merry-Go-Round Girl, FUBU, all that.
Yeah.
And I called them one day and I said, hey, I got a record deal. I'm getting ready to go travel the world. And they were like, congratulations. We love it. So I just wish somebody would have told me how to invest, how to really get my money, how to understand financial statements and what to do, and to not, I used to be scared to look at my statements. My mom would be like, you need to look at your statements. I'm like, it's so overwhelming, Mom. It's so much, you know, because you go from making Chess King money to maybe $1,500 a show to making $50,000 a week. It's a lot of money to take in, and then you're doing what 75 to 100,000 a week. You talking about, or a month, I should say. A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But you know, what a blessing. This is this has been an interesting time, as you said. You know, we're all here, kind of all doing the same thing, and for me, it has been so rewarding, because I would not have had this chance to speak with you or to meet you like we're doing this right now. And I'm getting the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people who I feel people will want to listen and want to watch. And so I've been, you know, reaching out and trying to be very thoughtful as to who I'm excited to meet and who I want to learn from, and, you know, all those good things. So I'm so excited that I got to meet you today, Cecilia Peniston.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on, because I feel like every platform is a way for people to get like somebody new to get to know you. Like when people don't get a chance to really get to know you, it's always like, well, who are they? What's behind the smile? What makes them tick? Like, why do they like that? And so every platform is a great thing to learn something different.
I love that. Well, listen, I want you to, oh, wait, what's the best place? I mean, I know your fans are going to find you because they'll Google you, they'll do everything, whatever. Where's the best place you want your fans to find all the good stuff you're doing?
Okay, so everybody, you can reach me on Instagram at CeCe Peniston. If you go to CeCePeniston.com, it'll tell you my shows, different pictures, you know, bio, EPK, all that stuff. Facebook is the official CeCe Peniston Facebook fan page, and Twitter is CeCe_Peniston. And just so people know, I'm the one who runs my social media. So yeah, if you see a comment or whatever, it is me. It really is me.
Wow. Okay. Look, I'm going, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely me. So it may
awesome.
be a minute, like if I'm answering DMs or doing whatever, but I feel like keeping the authenticity there would be a good thing, because I remember one time I tried this on Facebook, right? I had to answer and they were like, CeCe, this ain't you. Is this you? And I was damn. I was like, I guess I'm going to have to get back on, because I was like, they know now it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So,
is that her publicist? Is that her marketing person answer? Yeah, because people know your heart.
Right.
Well, you have like a billion followers, so be patient with her if she's actually sitting and answering. But that's a beautiful thing, and you are just a really lovely person, and it was So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and be blessed. And, you know, shout out to Dee, shout out to Rashawn, shout out to Warren, Eminem. Give everybody, and to you. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. So listen, you take care of yourself and you be
You
well,
too.
okay?
All right,
Okay.
with that little one. All right. Bye-bye.
I will. Bye-bye.